So what's the best practice of storing API keys or credentials in your website or web application? Hi, my name is Amir Kutub and I'm CEO of Enterprise Monkey. And this video is for you if you are a CTO of your organization or if you're responsible for managing an application or website for your organization. So a rookie mistake that a lot of developers do in websites or web apps is they store the actual API keys and credentials within the code itself. And it's very common, but it's extremely unsecure, because if your code gets exposed or if your repository gets exposed, if you connect your repository to a third party, then it has access to all of your keys and they are vulnerable, and it can cause catastrophic failures, and it's a huge security vulnerability issue. Now there are ways to fix it, and there are different levels of doing that. One of the simplistic ways is encrypting the key that you are storing within the code, which is a bit secure than storing the plain key in the code because it's still encrypted. But again, the challenge with that is that if the hacker gets the access to the decryption code, then the keys could be decrypted as well. But also the challenge is that even if you're storing them in a decrypted mode, it's not managed properly. The access to the keys is not managed as well. You do not have any logs on how they were used and so on. A better way is using environment variables that a lot of organizations or cloud hosting organizations provide. So if you're hosting with AWS or Azure or Google Cloud, they will provide you access to environment variables that you could use. Now those are beneficial because switching from one environment to another is easier. So you could actually set the keys so that if you're switching from dev to staging, then it switches to the staging environment keys, which means connects to the staging systems. And then if you're moving to prod, it connects to the prod environments and so on. So it's much more secure than storing the code or the keys within your code. But the best or the most ideal solution that I prefer is storing the keys in something called a key vault. Now, Key Vault is a third-party service that is provided by different organizations. So Azure has got something called Azure Key Vault. AWS has got something called AWS Key Manager. Google has got its own key management system as well, or you could use a third-party system. There are a lot of them out there. There are some open source systems as well, which you could use. I wouldn't say open source, mainly there are some free systems that you could use as well. But what it does is it allows you to store your keys with an identity in those systems, and then you in your code you're just referencing those keys. You're saying, okay, call the Stripe key, and the credentials are stored somewhere else. The benefit is, first of all, if the code is exposed in some way, your keys are not exposed. Number two, your developers don't need to have the access of your keys. Your developers can't see the keys as well. So you as CTO or head of your organization can set up your keys, and then developers are just referencing those keys from there. Number three is the access control. As I said, you could manage and ensure that those keys are only available to a particular role and permission within your organization. And number four is logging. It provides a huge amount of logging in terms of it gives you logs of when was that key accessed, who accessed that key, if that key is accessed by an application, how many times it was accessed, and so on. So there's a lot of logging and security things as well. And this method is most preferred according to ISO 27001. Now ISO 27001 doesn't give a specific guideline on this, but I have seen that a lot of auditors would recommend using that. It's the best practice overall. Now, if you want to check whether your code has got this vulnerability, it's very easy. You could search your code by using some keywords like key or secrets and see if the key is available or there or not. Or you could get your code audited by an organization like ours, Enterprise Monkey, and we would audit your code and tell you whether any keys are exposed in there or not. And if you then need help in setting up the Key Vault Manager, then again you can reach out to us by calling us at 301300 monkey. Come to our website, or reach out to your software developer, ask them to watch this video, or just ask them that you want to use a key vault manager, and they would be able to help you with that as well. But extremely important that you look into your code and make sure that the keys are not exposed. Stay safe, stay secure. All the best. Bye bye.